Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. I focus on AMC's macro a little bit more in this video, and I plan on doing more videos on this technical analysis, AMC's macro. So we do focus on AMC in the beginning of the video, then focus on GME and SPY. This is going to be getting you prepared for tomorrow and looking at the bigger picture to keep your mindset in check. Without wasting any more of your precious time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. Alright guys, you are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. So this video, I'm going to be going over AMC, GME, and SPY. I'm going to be focusing on AMC in this video. We're going to just be looking at AMC on the macro. And again, I do not like to speculate, but I did come across something interesting today that we're going to talk about here on AMC stock. So let's go ahead and hop right in with that. So you guys can see that AMC stock is having a bullish divergence. So if we go ahead and just type in bearish or bullish divergence, I type in bearish because it pulls up the chart for me because I already have it already typed in and memorized. But as you guys can see, there are different types of divergences. Okay, anytime you see price trending down while RSI is trending up, that is showing that the underlying momentum underneath the price action is actually shifting. So if you see price trending down and RSI is trending up, that means momentum is building, bullish momentum is building, and the stock is going to show that in a big way. Well, we just happen to have a bullish divergence here on AMC stock. As price continually trends down to the downside, RSI is continuously trending up. You can see this purple line here is RSI. You can also see that RSI is in a bit of a pennant shape. Normally, when you see a pennant shape on RSI or in stocks, that is an indication of a possible breakout. That means that RSI potentially could be trying to push to the upside. You guys can see that it's coming into a point, and we could see RSI basically come to a point and then move to the upside, which means price would be moving to the upside. We also have multiple gap fills to the upside on AMC stock. And it's very interesting also as well that we do have sell walls at these higher valuations on AMC stock. Now, I made a price target video. I'll try to link it down below if I can find it, but just type in the new price target for 2024. I just dropped it. For realistic price targets, and you guys can see that where those gap fills are, we have potential price targets and sell walls. So the gap fills are at about $40. You guys can see there's sell walls all the way up here at like $60. There's one here at the $14 sell wall, which there is a gap there as well. And if we go into the monthly chart, there are sell walls all the way to the upside. Also, potentially AMC is in a massive falling wedge. Every time we come up to this sloping resistance here, we get knocked down. We come up to the sloping resistance, we get knocked down. And this resistance here happens to line up with the original run up to the upside. If you draw a trend line connecting all of these lines, you will get a clean trend line straight down the middle. And I do think that this is acting as support as we got rejected one more time from that trend line and got knocked down. Well, it looks like we could potentially trying to break out of this trend line as the bullish divergence builds up, and we potentially put in a bottom for AMC stock. And if it does break out of this overall sloping resistance, the same way that GameStop is breaking out of its overall sloping resistance on the bigger time frame, this is going to be absolutely monumental for AMC. It's going to show that the trend, the downtrend that we've been in for all of this time is changing. It's going to show that the cycles are changing, that we are exiting the depression phase, and we are going to enter a disbelief rally. This is where AMC is going to start to move up, and people will absolutely not believe that AMC is moving up. They're going to say it's a sucker rally. They're going to say it's going to go down like all of the rest of the times, but little do they know it's going to keep creeping up. Next thing they know, AMC is at much higher valuations. This is when people are going to start FOMOing in, pushing the price even higher, giving us another euphoria blow off top with a another bull cycle. Stocks are cyclical. They move in bull and bear cycles. This was our bull cycle for GameStop, this big move to the upside, and then this is our bear cycle, this big move to the downside. People say that we've been in a downtrend for 2 to 3 years, but that is not true. The downtrend actually started here in about 2021, so it has been about 2 years. But you got to remember that the downtrend did not start here. This was actually an uptrend that led into a downtrend. And same thing for AMC. We had this uptrend here that then eventually led into a downtrend. And again, this is your euphoria stage. Then you go into your complacency. Then you drop down into your anger and depression. Your depression is way down here. And I do believe that is starting to end as we start to get bullish momentum back to the upside. More indications that momentum on the macro timeframes are shifting for AMC, and things will change, that we will find a bottom. You guys can see that MACD here on the weekly time frame is green, and if we go ahead and go to the monthly time frame, you can see that the monthly time frame is starting to curl to the upside. If we can get green monthly MACD, that is going to be an indication again that bullishness has shifted on the bigger time frames, and when in doubt, zoom out. The bigger time frames always override the smaller time frame. So again, I believe that AMC is going to leave this bear cycle that we've been in for about 2 years and start moving back into a bullish cycle, whether people believe it or not. Now let's go ahead and zoom into AMC on the smaller time frames. I do have a prediction for you guys for AMC here on the short term. We did talk about this potential breakout that we could see on Tuesday or on Thursday, and this is exactly what we've seen, a nice push to the upside. It looks like we are possibly starting an uptrend as we hold that crucial level of $6.05. We do need to see AMC get back above $6.25. If AMC can get above $6.25 and hold that level as support, we have a good shot at that $6.50 level, and that is our true goal, because that's going to lead us to that $7 level where gamma can start to kick in, and then we could start to see some serious price action for AMC. I don't think that's going to be happening this week. There is 36,000 calls expiring in the money at $7, and they are not going to want us to get that type of gamma ramp. I think this is possible next week. They do have 4.1 million short shares, and I do believe they're going to try to keep AMC pushed down, but I do believe that things are going to turn around in January and in 2024 for the stock, whether people believe it or not. Again, stocks are cyclical. The psychology is always the same. I've been through plenty of bear and bull markets to see these types of behaviors, and right now what I'm seeing with AMC is a bottoming type behavior, especially with the way people are behaving. It's showing me that we're nearing a bottom, nearing an end, and this is actually the time where you want to be accumulating and then waiting for the move back to the upside. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. You can see that RSI is literally oversold on the bigger time frames under 29, and with a simple trading strategy of buying when RSI is oversold and then selling when it is overbought, you can be very, very profitable. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC on the bigger and short terms. As far as you guys can see on the short terms, as far as predictions for after hours, it is following my prediction that I used in the stream, and you guys can see that I do have a prediction here for pre-market. I do expect a retest of that $6.15 level in my personal opinion. That's probably going to be happening tomorrow morning. Now I am traveling today, so I will be traveling. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but it is going to be from a different location, so the stream quality might be a little bit different. I'll keep everybody updated on what is going on, but check out tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time like normal for streaming. But I am doing a bit of traveling, so things will be a little bit different. I might be in a little bit of different location or with a different setup, but I'm going to keep you guys informed and at least give you guys videos and some type of live content. Now let's go ahead and move into GameStop. I just wanted to kind of focus on AMC and show you guys the bigger picture, that we are in a falling wedge, and we do have this bullish divergence forming, and then we do have this potential pennant here on the RSI. All of these things indicating that a breakout potentially could come. And if we go ahead and zoom out as well and just pop on the Bollinger Bands, you can also see that the Bollinger Bands on the bigger time frames are starting to constrict, letting us know that volatility is coming as well as we approach the tip of this wedge. You can see that the bands are starting to constrict as we approach the tip of this wedge. You can see that the RSI is starting to constrict, and we're getting bullish divergences, and it's showing bullish momentum build underneath. I think something exciting is coming for AMC, and it is going to start a reversal. Now, again, the beginning of a bull run is very methodical. It takes time. It's a stair-step up process. There is going to be pullbacks along the way, but that is what you want to build a healthy base, a healthy floor. That way you can continue up to the upside. And again, it looks something like this. You check support, you check support, you check support, build a healthy base, and then that way you can get a rocket launch to the upside after your healthy base for the bull run is built. Let's go ahead and hop into GameStop and show you guys what's going on for GameStop. GameStop is breaking out of that falling wedge. On the bigger time frames, I do think that we're in that V-shaped style recovery right here for GameStop. Also, I talked about Wyckoff accumulation for GameStop, but the main thing that I've been tracking is this falling wedge that you do see here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I've talked about GameStop on the macro plenty of times. Let's go ahead and zoom in and then go to SPY. And then wrap up this video. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking at for GameStop tomorrow and give you the numbers. So GameStop, their shares are getting very minuscule. They only have 100,000. There's a decent amount of calls expiring in the money at $20. If we can get to that level, I don't think we're going to be getting to that level here this week. We have this overall uptrend after breaking out of this falling wedge that we tracked here on the channel. As you guys can see, we have a little bit of a pennant forming right here, which could give us a breakout to the upside, but we need to see us break above $18.10, $18.15 in that range. If we can get above $18.42, you're going to see a decent breakout for GameStop. There's a cup and handle forming. Right here is your cup. Right here is your handle. It also could be potentially forming an inverse head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder. Right here is your head. And then it'd make another shoulder, which would be a big breakout to the upside if we can get above $18.42. That's going to be the specific level to look for, $18.42. If you see us break above that and use that as support, you're going to see a nice move for GME. Remember, GME could be prone to volatile movements at any moment because this float is very illiquid. It's locked up in computer share, and it is a smaller float than AMC, so this thing could literally take off at any moment. As far as the prediction is going, I do think we're going to be mostly flat here in after hours and to pre-market, but with a slight uptrend. You guys can see basically we have a slight uptrend here on GME stock, and I do believe that is going to be maintained. And again, what we're looking for is a break above that $18.42 level, using that as support. That way we can see a pop to the upside. Now let's go ahead and go into SPY and then finish up this video. SPY has been basically flat for basically the whole day. It's been consolidating, making multiple tops here at this 477.55 level in that range. Also, there's that 477.33 level that you guys can see here on the side of your screen. I do believe SPY is going to be able to hold these ranges, but I think it's topping out. You can see this bear flag style consolidation. We tested the top of it as resistance. It does look like SPY is fading out here on the macro. I've also talked about SPY on the macro, how it has not built a healthy base. This rally has been very unhealthy. It's very unsustainable. You guys can see that volume is dropping down. MACD is starting to curl. RSI is overbought. These are all indications that we're nearing a top. Also, the fact that we're seeing SPY just suddenly start to capitulate, it's letting you know that when SPY does start to fall, it's going to be fast. You can see this rapid move down out of nowhere. Nothing particular happened. It just moved down. That is showing you that there's a lot of nervousness underneath the market, and the market is literally sitting on stilts, and any type of black swan, conflict news, anything could set this thing off, and it could just come tumbling down. I do believe that the market is actually in store for a bigger move to the downside in 2024. I think that we will be actually making a lower low than this 409 in 2024. I actually think we're going to be coming down to about 350, again retesting that, or even making a lower low than that. And I will show you that there are buy walls down there at those lower levels for SPY, and there's multiple gap fills as well. And on SPY, we're in a massive bear flag. You guys can see this rising wedge right here. This is a massive bear flag, and I do believe that we do have price targets all the way down to 332, and you can see there's buy walls down here at 413 and 438. But if we zoom out, you guys can see that there's buy walls even further down at this 327 level and 338 and 400. So there's multiple buy walls down here at these lower levels. I do believe that smart money knows that we are going to be pulling back. I believe that it's very, very obvious to the people that are paying attention. I believe that we are in the complacency stage. This bear flag is going to play out, and we will be hitting these lower price targets where these buy walls are down in these lower ranges. So this is pretty much everything I'm looking at for the overall market and the meme stocks. As far as the prediction for SPY tomorrow, if you want to see a bullish move to the upside, you need to see a break above 477.33, using that as support. If you want to see a bearish move, you want to see a break below 476.50, using that as resistance. If you see either of those moves, you would see a decent move in those directions, either bearish or bullish, depending on which is used as support or resistance. Again, if you see a move above 477.50, you're going to see a nice move to the upside if it can be used as support. And if you see a move below 476.50, you're going to see a decent move to the downside if that's used as resistance. And again, this is what I have for the overall market. I think 2024 is going to be an overall bearish year. I've done several videos on SPY macro, so if you want to check that out, I believe it's in a very similar shape to what Bitcoin has had in the past, basically where you have a rounded top right here. Then you have this blow off parabolic top. If you look at SPY, that's basically what's happening. You have this rounded top, then you have a slightly higher blow off parabolic top. And I believe that we're in the complacency stage where people think we need to just cool off before the next bull rally. But what is really about to happen is a major capitulation to the downside. And I believe you always need to do the opposite of the herd. Again, when people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful. And you can see the market is in extreme greed. And that is letting me know that the crowd is very, very bullish. You always want to do the opposite of the crowd, the opposite of a herd, to make money. That's why smart money is right now selling positions to most likely retail and other participants while they are scaling out of their positions, waiting for the fear to return back in the market. And then that's when they'll be scaling back in the positions. And the fear was in the market way back when SPY was down here. Now we're in extreme greed. You're going to be wanting to wait for that fear again to start accumulating long-term positions. Guys, this is everything I have for you. If you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero content. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. And remember, I might be traveling tomorrow, so if you do see me in a different setting when I'm live streaming, do not be alarmed. And if anything does come up, I will let you guys know. As you guys always know, I do post and communicate with you guys frequently to let you guys know exactly what is going on. But don't worry, I will keep you updated on what's going on in the stock and crypto market. I appreciate you for watching to the end of the video. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.